Welcome back, my fellow weather enthusiasts. Tropical Storm Lee is expected to rapidly intensify into an extremely dangerous hurricane in the Atlantic by this weekend. First, let's dive into the latest updates from the National Hurricane Center. As of now, Lee is approaching hurricane strength, with maximum sustained winds of 65 miles per hour and moving at about 16 miles per hour. The storm is currently located about 1,265 miles east-southeast of the northern Leeward Islands. But that's not all, folks. Lee is expected to rapidly intensify over the weekend and become a major hurricane. Of course, with any major hurricane comes potential impacts on coastal communities, especially the Caribbean islands and potentially the U.S. Let's take a closer look at the forecast for Lee. The current forecast takes the storm just north of the Caribbean islands, but the ultimate path of the storm will determine if anywhere in the U.S. will feel impacts. Swells from Lee are expected to reach portions of the Lesser Antilles on Friday, causing life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. So, what should you do in the event of a major hurricane? One of the most important things is to stay informed and heed the advice of local officials. Make sure to stock up on essential supplies, such as food, water, and medications, and have a plan for evacuation if needed. And most importantly, stay safe and take care of each other during a storm. Now, let's take a look at the visuals for this video. We'll start with some satellite images of Tropical Storm Lee and potential impacts on the Caribbean islands. Next, we'll examine the latest forecasts and models for the storm, giving you an up-to-date understanding of the path of the storm. Finally, we'll provide some tips and tricks for preparing for a major hurricane, including what essential supplies you'll need to have on hand. Blinken is expected to announce $1 billion in new U.S. funding for Ukraine during his visit to Kiev. In the midst of Russia's recent missile attack last week, Blinken arrived in Kiev to assess Ukraine's progress in its 3-month-old counteroffensive and to demonstrate the U.S.'s unwavering support for Ukraine's fight. During his visit, Blinken is set to announce more than $1 billion in new funding to ensure Ukraine not only wins its counteroffensive but has what it needs to sustain a future deterrent. This announcement comes in addition to over $1.3 billion in aid Blinken committed to in June to help Kiev rebuild its economy with a focus on modernizing its energy network. The U.S. has clearly shown its determination to work with its partners and provide financial assistance to rebuild a stable economy and democracy that can withstand external aggression. The senior State Department official stated that the billion-dollar funding would be a range of investments, but stopped short of providing more details. Some Western allies continue to express concerns regarding Kiev's slow progress in driving out Russian forces after over 18 months of war. However, Blinken's announcement affirms that the U.S.'s support for Ukraine's fight is unchanging, and further strengthens the strategic partnership between both countries. The world has just experienced the hottest summer on record by a significant margin. Imagine a summer so hot that it breaks all previous records by a significant margin. Well, that's exactly what happened this year. From scorching temperatures in the United States, Europe, and Japan to blistering heat waves that set entire regions on fire, this summer has been one for the books. The Northern Hemisphere experienced its hottest June, followed by the hottest July and August, shattering previous temperature records by large margins. It's not just the land that's feeling the heat, but the oceans too. Global average ocean temperatures have been off the charts, providing the perfect recipe for stronger hurricanes in the Atlantic and typhoons in the Pacific. In July, a marine heat wave off the coast of Florida saw the ocean reach hot tub temperatures. And if that wasn't enough, parts of the North Atlantic experienced a totally unprecedented marine heat wave with water temperatures up to 5 degrees Celsius hotter than usual. So, what do the numbers say? According to data from the European Union's Copernicus Climate Change Service, the global average temperature this summer was a staggering 16.77 degrees Celsius, 62.19 Fahrenheit. That's 0.66 degrees Celsius above the 1990 to 2020 average, beating the previous record set in 2019 by nearly 0.3 degrees Celsius. These records may seem minor, but in the world of climate science, they are significant indicators of the dire situation we're facing. The consequences of this scorching summer are far-reaching and demand our immediate attention. Devastating wildfires, health issues, disrupted daily lives, and long-lasting environmental damage are just the tip of the melting iceberg. We must acknowledge that climate breakdown has already begun, and it won't stop unless we act now. The world needs to transition away from planet-heating fossil fuels and embrace sustainable solutions to combat the growing threats of climate change. 3 rescued after sharks attack inflatable yacht off Australian coast. According to reports, the sailors were on a round-the-world expedition called Russian Ocean Way. They left Vanuatu for Australia on their inflatable yacht, which is usually a 2 to 3 weeks journey. However, unfortunately, their dream trip was cut short due to the multiple attacks by sharks that caused significant damage to their boat. Despite facing this traumatic experience, the sailors were very fortunate to have a GPS-encoded emergency beacon that allowed rescuers to locate them quickly, which ultimately saved their lives. The Australian Maritime Safety Authority coordinated the rescue mission, and all the sailors aged between 28 and 64 received medical attention and are healthy and safe. Shark attacks on inflatable boats are rare, but it's essential to have proper emergency equipment while on water. This story serves as a reminder to always carry a distress beacon and GPS-equipped APIRBs and personal locator beacons, PLBs, in case of emergencies. In conclusion, this story portrays the bravery and resilience of these sailors in the face of danger and highlights the importance of proper equipment while traveling on water. Great Wall of China severely damaged by 2 workers with an excavator, police say. Our journey begins with a captivating view of one of the world's most renowned architectural wonders, the Great Wall of China. Stretching over thousands of miles and resonating with centuries of history, this awe-inspiring structure has stood as a testament to human creativity and determination. It's hard to believe that anything could harm this remarkable piece of history. But brace yourself, because I have some truly shocking news to share. Recently, 2 construction workers caused irreversible damage to a section of the Great Wall by using an excavator to dig through it. Can you believe it? The very structure that has withstood the test of time was severely harmed by the hands of those entrusted to protect it. So, what pushed these workers to take such an extreme step? It turns out that they were trying to create a shortcut to save time during their construction work nearby. Unbeknownst to them, their actions would lead to everlasting damage to this ancient wonder. The incident unfolded in Youyu County, located in the northern province of Shaanxi, where the workers widened an existing cavity in the wall to allow their excavator to pass through. Now, let's talk about the severity of this damage. The affected portion belongs to the 32nd Great Wall, a section dating back to the Ming Dynasty, known for its majestic and vast ancient frontier style. This segment holds tremendous historical and cultural value and is protected at the provincial level. It's heartbreaking to see the irreparable harm caused to such an iconic symbol of China's rich heritage. As you can imagine, this shocking incident has sparked outrage and concern among locals and history enthusiasts worldwide. The authorities were alerted on August 24, and the 2 responsible workers were promptly detained for further investigation. Meanwhile, Efforts are being made to assess the full extent of the damage and devise plans for restoration. Now, more than ever, it's crucial to reflect on the invaluable cultural and historical treasures the world possesses, such as the Great Wall of China. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the need for preservation and responsible exploration. Let this unfortunate event motivate us to cherish and protect our cultural heritage. So, fellow explorers, let's unite and take action. Together, we can make a difference and safeguard the wonders of our world for generations to come. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like and share. Don't forget to leave your comment.